Final Fantasy XIV. I've spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Ralbon is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Been a while since we were here.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Father?
Pippin!
Oh,
My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You!
It was I who arranged this gathering.
who is this?
And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo.
He lost his arm for that? I'd be pissed.
I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Sheesh.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more.
Rescue
for
from
her
what?
sake and that of our nation.
How weird. I guess they just decided to retcon the whole Sultana dying thing. I guess they couldn't figure out what to do with it. Like, that would make sense to me. I got it this time. Yeah, I got it this time. Okay, so I can't quite kill it yet. Oh well. I'll be right back. counted on Priora Stilwala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Will. Thank you. Excuse me. Tataru, yes, General Raban is now in safe hands. Another assault. Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. It's like it's swapping back and forth between these two story arcs. It's just like, now time to drop this one, do something else. Time to do something else. All right, time to do something else. All right, time to fix this other thing. Ooh, we've got side quests. Excuse me, you're not from around here, are you? I know this is sudden, but I have a favor to ask. I'm looking for someone to deliver a gift to a friend in Falcon's Nest. What is it? Well, it's a surprise, so I can't really say. I just need you to deliver it, that's all. You can pick it up from the Knight of the Brush at the Forgotten Night. You know him when you see him. And I'm sure he'll recognize you as well. Do. You too. Look worried. Nonsense. Why would I have anything to be worried about? Okay, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Lord Emmeline requests I deliver a missive to Lady Lynette at the Rose House. I remember him specifically mentioning that failure would not be tolerated. It's a simple task. It's a thought of something going awry has my stomach in knots. Okay. I am loath to distrust my duties upon another, but would you be willing to deliver this missive? I cannot afford to take chances. Surely a man of your talents can see the deed done without fail. And please, you are my only hope. Right on. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Hoshifon was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Let us hear what the Count has to say. Woo! Haha! Yeah, I need a new webcam. My friend, thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Master Shocker, Master Levier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the Observatum's bells toll, it is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another one of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the 7th Dawn, you are faced with a choice to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Of course we're gonna help defend. That's the most fun. This adventurer is a psychopath, only after the next thrill. The choice we make this day may have some grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. I hope and I know this isn't going to happen, but I hope the quests catch up to my level so that it's not like I'm constantly over-leveled. That's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to be like level 100 at Stormblood.
Ishgard cannot well endure.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
He looks so different in this early stage. We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Hems Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. All the while, we presume like all of the other Scions are dead. do 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 do. Forgotten Night. Ah, you there. I thought it might be you. So it's true. You're not from Ishgard? Perfect. No one will suspect a thing. Here's the package, good sir. Whoa, hey, don't wave it about like that. Someone may see. Now hurry on to Falcon's Nest. You'll want to deliver it to Emissaryl. And remember, this meeting never happened. If anyone asks, you don't know me. I wonder how long it's gonna take me to get all the ether currents. You're looking well, but we're busy here to Cloud Top. If there's what you require, you need only ask. Rose oil? Ugh, a letter from Lord Emmeline. I'm sorry about this. I never imagined he would attempt something so shameless. I'm afraid to say he's always been like this. House Helenard and House Four Town have always maintained good relations, and as such, those close in years often spend time together from an early age. I spent much of my youth playing together with Lord Emmeline, but now I fear he still clings too tightly to memories of our youth, though I admit it is sometimes to my benefit. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for Torsifers. No doubt he asked you to come to this place. I can sympathize with his anxiety over upsetting Lord Emmeline, but this is no way to treat a guest. Please accept this as a token of my apology. I realize it's not much, but it is all I can offer at present. 700 gil. Clipped wings. A moment of your time, if I may. I recently received a special request for assistance with zoological research, but I'm at a loss as to how to fulfill it. Are you familiar with Gala cats? They bear a striking resemblance to kittens, but with wings. An acquaintance of mine is writing an article on their physiology. It requires a sample of their wings for her work. Their sweet appearance belies a rather nasty temperament, and if it were simply a matter of slaying them, I would handle it myself. The problem, however, is that taking a proper sample requires a delicate touch, a certain finesse that is beyond the capabilities of my men and myself. Because they are so fragile, you may not obtain a proper sample from the first you fell, but I have no doubt a man of your talents can procure a wing of immaculate quality. I realize this is a rather personal request, but I would be forever in your debt. I'm going to stop here. I need a break. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will be back with more next time. I'm going to take a break here. I need some food.
Best generation ever exists. Clear's Gen 1. You have delayed Electrovire, so it's there.
Hey, Mom.
Social Security check out. But if somebody else complains about it, they're probably a fraudster. These people are not fraudsters. They're hurting. They're afraid. They're worried. For God's sake, this is America.
Damn.
Fear and terror.
Cory Booker farming clips. Farming clips right now. What's up, electrons? We're back. Ba 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 ba. We are back. Baccarino. Your timing is perfect as always. I was thinking of your recent encounter with the Vanu when I recalled reports of our men who patrol that area. They often catch the Vanu on higher ground, in places that offer commanding views of the surrounding area. It's believed they are conducting routine surveillance, but to what ends we know not. But I need to find out, and I would have you assist me. Pray to return to where you first sighted the Vanu and search for clues. Whatever they are scheming, we must know of it. Gosh. Gale the cat. That's creative. I'll give them that. It is a creative monster. How fares your search? I realize obtaining an undamaged jail cat wings is no easy feat. Here it is. My, what an extraordinary find. I am pleased to see your persistence has paid off. With this, she can resume her work on Cloudkin. How forgetful of me to not mention it sooner. The sample is meant for Attilone, the renowned naturalist. She's hard at work on a new article, Eorzean Geographic, and requested a sample be delivered with the utmost haste. You can be sure she will hear it was from the incomparable Wilshocker who made possible her latest work on Cloudkin. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Reading is boring, like watching wasps grow on rocks. But I must. What netherlings return to interfere again? How do you get there? How are you supposed to get there? I don't understand.
You guys, I just got off the Minus Touch podcast live, but I had to come.
Good to see you return safely. So tell me what you discovered the villain's plotting. There's a pattern of some sort etched into this bone, though it doesn't appear to be any matter of lettering. Perhaps they use bones like this to keep record of what they're observing from atop the cliffs. This could be the opportunity I've been looking for. The kindling to reignite the fire in the hearts of my men. We must delve further and get to the bottom of this. Right on. Thank you again for your earlier help. As it happens, I was hoping to enlist your aid once more. Several of the garrison here have fallen suddenly ill, with no obvious cause. If it is but a simple cold, then so be it. But I have a feeling there's something more sinister going on. I want to mount an investigation, but I simply do not have the men. If you could gather information from the troops manning the fort, it will be a tremendous assistance. A meal, huh? So it was the food. It was the food. Most definitely. Flavorless soup. It was poisoned! I'm gonna stop here.